Most Christians know that salvation is by grace through faith, and that there's nothing we can do to earn our salvation. However, when it comes to day-to-day living, many of us end up trying to act like we think Christians should act, but never quite managing it. We conclude that we'll never be good enough or do it right. Our joy disappears, and if we're not careful, we finish up stressed out, burned out, or fed up. The Grace Course is specifically designed to help Christians recover the joy of their salvation by experiencing the love of God in a new and deeper way.
I'm finding that for the first time in, I don't want to say how many years, the decades of being a Christian, I'm suddenly getting it that actually this is grace. It is amazing.
And God gave me a new name. The word "I'm beautiful" was, even now I find it difficult to say, but I'm really processing that.
And it's not about my performance, he just wants my heart. And that's what blew me away, so it was great.
It helps us understand just what it means to be God's child. Receive assurance that we're perfectly acceptable to God no matter what's in the past, and deal comprehensively with the things that get in the way of experiencing grace, such as guilt, shame, fear and pride.
But I think the Freedom in Christ course clears up so much stuff, really, and this is sort of like putting the icing on the cake.
It's a lovely course because it's bringing out truths that have been hidden for so much of the church for so long.
During the course of the course, I've been feeling this progressive lifting, just the burden just kind of going, and I feel so light now.
The end result is that we will enter into God's rest, where we live for God not because we feel we have to, but because we really love Him and we want to. And will bear fruit that will last, not through trying harder, but through His grace. There are 6 sessions in the course, plus a ministry component called the Steps to Experiencing God's Grace. It works well as a small group resource or as a Lent course. It takes a really practical approach, and it also makes an excellent complement to the Freedom in Christ discipleship course, but it stands alone too as an effective tool for those struggling with guilt, shame, fear and performance-based acceptance.
The Grace Course has really introduced Christ back into my life, and knowing that I love Him and He loves me.